Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the corporate world without putting you to sleep with all the jargon. And today we're looking at Off the Hook Yachts Inc., a company that seems to be making some waves and not just in the water. This is not your typical earnings report, it is a Form 8, which means something new and important happened. And in this case, it seems like the company decided to ring the closing bell at the New York Stock Exchange. Pretty cool, right? Let's dive into what this means. Before we dive too deep, if you like getting these unfiltered looks at corporate filings, make sure you are subscribed. And hey, we've got a Discord community where we break down these reports, link is in the description below. So the date we are looking at here is the 16th of January 2026, and this is the earliest event reported. It tells us about Off the Hook Yachts Incorporated, or OTH as it is known by its stock ticker. They are incorporated in Nevada, and their file number with the SEC is 001-42930. Now, what exactly is registered on a big exchange like the NYSE American LLC? It is their common stock with a par value of $0.001. This means that for every share of stock they have issued, the company has assigned a nominal value of 1/10 of a cent. It is a very low number and mostly for accounting purposes. The important thing here is that their stock OTH is traded on the NYSE American. This report also tells us that Off the Hook Yachts Incorporated is an emerging growth company. Think of this as a status for newer, smaller companies that allows them to follow some less strict reporting rules for a while. It is a way to ease them into the public company world. The main juicy bit of this report is under item 7.01, which is about Regulation FD disclosure. This regulation is all about making sure that all investors get the same information at the same time. So, what did Off the Hook Yachts Incorporated announce? They issued a press release on the 16th of January 2026. The press release is titled, Off the Hook Yachts to ring the closing bell at the New York Stock Exchange on the eve of America's oldest boat show. Now, this is more than just a publicity stunt. Ringing the closing bell at the NYSE is a significant event. It signifies recognition and a moment of prestige for the company. It often happens for companies reaching a milestone or perhaps as part of a special event. In this case, it is tied to the eve of America's oldest boat show, suggesting a strategic move to align their business, which is yachts, with a major industry event. This tells us they are trying to maximize their visibility right when their target audience is most engaged. Then we get to item 9.01, which is about financial statements and exhibits. This confirms that they've attached the press release as Exhibit 99.1 and also an interactive data file. This exhibit is the actual press release. It is the document that contains all the details about the closing bell ringing and its context, reinforcing that this event is noteworthy. And this Exhibit 104 is the cover page interactive data file. This is essentially an electronic tag that helps computers understand the document's contents, especially for financial filing purposes. Finally, we have the signatures. This report is duly signed off by Brian John, who is listed as the Chief Executive Officer of Off the Hook Yachts Incorporated. This means he is the top executive officially confirming the information in this report on behalf of the company. So, what is the story here? Off the Hook Yachts Incorporated is making a big public splash, quite literally, by participating in a New York Stock Exchange event right before a major boat show. This isn't a deep dive into their financials, which is typical for an 8K focusing on a specific event, but the implications are clear. They are actively working to boost their brand awareness and likely generate excitement around their company and products. Being publicly traded means they have access to capital, and events like this are designed to attract attention from investors and customers alike. The fact that they are an emerging growth company also suggests they are in a growth phase, and high-profile events like ringing the stock exchange bell are part of their strategy to be noticed in a competitive market. It signals ambition and a drive for increased market presence. The risk here is that the market may not respond as anticipated, or that the costs associated with such visibility events may not translate into commensurate returns. Their success will depend on how well they can convert this buzz into actual sales and sustained investor interest. Alright, that is our quick decode of this Form 8K filing from Off the Hook Yachts Incorporated. What is your take on this move? Do you think ringing the closing bell will help them reel in more business? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this kind of no-nonsense corporate breakdown is your jam, hit that like button and subscribe for more. And seriously, check out the Discord linked in the description. We have some great conversations going on there about these public filings. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next decode.